What's going on, Solid Steppers? It's Miss Ward coming to you from sunny South Florida, headed out to one of my clients out in Palm Beach to take a look at a Samsung slide-in range with a convection fan issue. Got the fan on deck, so hopefully that's all we need. Hopefully there's not an issue with the board, but we'll know when we get there so we can have a one-stop completion. Reflected on yesterday, had a great job with one of my mentees. Exposed them to the other world. We went and took care of a wall-loving situation, problem with a microwave. That issue is actually in progress. I'm telling you, when you work on these older units, boy, be ready. This is why Miss Ward don't like to work on anything 5 years and older, because it just doesn't work well with my ROI and my blueprint. But you know, when you know, that was one of those jobs. I developed a relationship with a client early in my appliance repair, and I hadn't really vetted out all the options and how I wanted to move. But lesson learned. Still got to take care of that client. That a client believed in me when I was first starting, so I definitely got to take care of her and her family. We also had an opportunity to go and work in a penthouse, $10 million penthouse in downtown Fort Lauderdale. I think he got a kick out of that. You know, we were on the way up to the client's, going through security, going to the client's home, and of course, you know, we're passing by the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, you know, things of that nature. Really nice establishment. I go there often. A lot of my clients in that building. But you know what I try to do with my mentees, expose them to, you know, the way I do business. Not everybody can do business like this or wants to do it. But the reality is a lot of people say they don't want to deal with certain clients because they don't want to deal with attitudes and X, Y, and Z. But the reality is if you want to be in the 1%, you better learn how they move. You know, I get a lot of business advice from a lot of my clients at that level. Because they are already successful and they're still investing and growing their businesses. Some are retired, you know, already made their millions, and it's a great opportunity to be exposed and to have some things to shoot for. So it was a great experience. So what I want to talk about today is rolling with the punches and having things in place so that you can. You got to have some cushion. You got to have some things in place so that when things don't go quite the way you expect, you still can bounce back. You know, I've been in business to the point where, you know, my accounts have gone in the negative and da-da-da-da. That's all part of business. And people, you know, because things are going to happen, what you're supposed to do is learn from those lessons and make sure you have things in place and tweak your business accordingly. You know, I've seen some of my, and myself, I've done it too. You know, you work yourself to the bone and you end up with nothing. But what you did is you didn't end up with nothing. You ended up with a lesson of how to be a better boss, a better tech, you know, and a better sub or a better contractor. You got to realize everything you needs to be about optics. This is your business. This is your livelihood. There's no retirement plan. There's no pension, nothing like that waiting on you. So the moves you make today are going to affect you 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. The choices you make. So, you know, those of us that want to go out and buy property, invest in homesteads where we can live off the earth, you know, plant our own food, blah, blah, blah. We're all about generational wealth. We're all about putting some things in place so we're not depending on the greater society to eat, to live, and to breathe. Now, that's not for everybody. A lot of people, you know, they stock their paper and they make sure they have enough money so no matter what happens, they feel they're going to be good. And they make sure that they have what's called residual incomes, passive incomes in place. And you can make the smallest investments and reap the benefits. And I notice a lot of the clients I deal with, they don't even live off their money. They live off their interest or something like that, you know. And you got to realize that there's a way that these games can be played, but you got to play to win. Only way you play to win is to get uncomfortable. You know, I was talking to one of my, come on, man, you know I'm trying to get over. Boy, South Florida, out of control. Like, where you going, man? How about get a real car? Anyway, yeah, I'm shady. I know it, but that's okay. I'm always real. That's why y'all love me. That's why Miss Ward can go toe-to-toe with anybody. So, you know, as I reflect and I look at the things I go through and my mentees go through, you know, one reason I have a mentorship program is because it really tightens up my learning curve. Not only I'm learning from my experiences and sharing what I've been through, but also I get an opportunity to look at things from different angles and different situations. Like I was talking to one of my mentees yesterday that's going to be deploying. Shout out to Brian. Be safe out there, bro. And you know, he was sounding discouraged because he really wanted to get into the appliance thing by doing hands-on work here while he was stateside. You know, he's less than 2 years out from retirement, so you know he's trying to really work on the second half of his life. And you know, I was telling him, and we were talking. I was coaching him of some great options and opportunities while he's still in. You know, angles and things he can look at to really set himself up at a whole nother level once he leaves the service. Because the advantage of being in the service is, and let me tell you something. If I had ever been in the service, and trust me, I tried 3 times, but that'll be one of my story time videos, because I'm telling you, you would not believe it. You would not believe it. I have some of the most interesting experiences. I just sit back and chuckle because, you know, I dealt with some things early in my life that I'm telling you, I can't make it up. I just can't wait till my Lifetime movie come out. But anyway, getting back to Brian. And so we were discussing options. You know, I was telling him he should really look at connected devices. That's the future. He, in the military, he's like an electrician by trade. So, I mean, I'm sitting him like, looking at him like, oh my God, you don't understand. You're like the bomb. You're like everything. You know, and that's what I do with my mentees who come to me with some damn sense. I always pour into them the fact that, look, you have everything you need to be successful. In fact, you're more successful than you can imagine. You're downplaying your gifts and abilities because you just haven't opened up your mindset and had the vision or expand your scope of the thought process. And this is real, because the reality is people see more in you than you see in yourself. And for some people, that's intimidating. For Ms. Ward, I'm all about it. I need you to be not just successful, I need you to be extraordinary, because I know how great you are. The mere fact that you chose me as a mentor speaks volumes. But the other part is that you not only can do it, but you're thinking. And the fact that you're thinking, the only thing I'm going to do is just drop kick some ideas. You know, we're gonna brainstorm, and it's up to you to take to the next level. I mean, we talked about the books he needs to be absorbing, such as 12-Week Year, Get It Done by James Allen, Good to Great, you know, The Goal. Like, there are certain books that you should know. Of course, the E-Myth, let's not leave that out. He's also got to deal on his time management, self-discipline. You know, Brian Tracy is great for self-discipline. There's another book called Atomic Habits. Like, what people don't understand is that you can change your life in a moment. And the only way you do that is by focusing on you and your better self. You got to realize, if you have made it this far, you are destined for greatness. It's you looking down at yourself. I was watching a video on YouTube from the Breakfast Club, and they were talking about Mary J. Blige, and everybody know Mary J. Blige is the truth. Mary J. Blige has touched so many lives because of the pain, the hurt, the triumphs, and the defeats in her voice. Like, if you ever listen to her albums, and I know she has a documentary out, good for her for documenting this and getting her roses while she's here. You know, she's working on her acting career, doing a phenomenal job in Power. Like, I really believe she is that chick. But at the end of the day, you got to look at how these people have longevity. They have survived drug addiction, abuse, all kind of situations, and still to be in their right mind. With as big as a gift as this woman had, she had no idea that she was as great as she really is. So this is what I'm telling you, people. If you don't believe in you, nobody else is. There's not going to be a Miss Ward running around here saying you can do it, you can do it. Because you can ask my mentees. I'm going to tell you your ass you can do it maybe 3 times. But if you keep coming to me with the okie doke, I'm not going to be talking to you because I need you to grow up and take charge of your life. I cannot re-raise grown folks. All I can do is encourage you to be the absolutely best and assist you in getting the tools and sourcing the tools to get that done. You know, and this is real talk. That's why when you hear me have the conversation about business credit, how to structure this and that, this is from damn experience. This ain't talking about the theory. This is what I know. I can tell you how to structure a one-man business and grow it. You know, and then I can tell you, you need to start listening to the old school. You need to get the knowledge and the technology from the old school. But the reality is, a lot of people are thinking 1921. They need to bring their ass in the 2030 at this point, because this game has gotten real, you know. But really, that's all I wanted to share with you guys. I need to get my own focus on so I can get these jobs done today. I also got to reach out to a couple of my mentees that had some challenges, check on them, check their temperature, make sure they're still breathing, you know what I mean. And of course, as always, I'm living my best life. I got my little workout bag here. It's looking at me and I'm looking at it, and I got a gap in the day, so I'm trying to make sure that I get my round brown ass in LA Fitness and get it in. Got my smoothies with me, and that's what I'm talking about. You got to put stuff in place, you know, like me. I might want to run through a drive-through, but I got 3 smoothies that I prepared this morning because I have no option but to be successful. You feel me? And I'm taking the steps to make sure that I have no excuse. You should do the little steps in your life to make a difference, just like I'm doing. Be blessed, y'all, and have a great day. And if you need a consultation, the link's in the description. Be blessed.